What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about SwiftCoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are at about 1 cent, just below 1 cent here. SwiftCoin, I think, yeah, you're holding up better than most coins, man. You're only down 5%. In all fairness, that's probably because you've dropped a lot already as well. So I mean, you don't necessarily have too much more to go. Reluctant to give up this low, and that's nice to see. I do believe you will give up this low. I do believe that you're going to go lower, right? You had some kind of pennant pattern, a symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it here, and you've just broken out. It's very common with these breakouts to back test the breakout point and then continue lower. So if you see some volatility here, don't be surprised. We could go back up to prices that are above a cent. That's nothing to celebrate over. In fact, if you want to celebrate, if you want to believe that SwiftCoin has found its low and that it's not going lower, I would need to see you get above about like 1.77 cents. If you can get above this high, if you can close the day above that 382, sure, the low's in. But until then, it's very possible that you go lower. The daily RSI is looking like you want to go down a little bit, finding resistance at the 40 here, geared to the downside. It wouldn't surprise me if you got oversold. A move like that, getting oversold, would probably take you down to the next level here. What's the next level? Low to high. That's the 786. 008895, 0072, somewhere in this zone here is what I would anticipate. If we're looking at the current price, what would that be on a percentage basis? That'd be 13%, maybe. 28% maybe. Somewhere in that zone, though, is what I would anticipate, right? I think that's what we've long expected. Something between this low and these high ranges here. If I delete the fibs, something right here at prior areas of resistance, prior areas of support, going back in time, prior areas of resistance there as well. And if Bitcoin drops about another 14%, which I think it will, SwiftCoin's holding up rather well. I could see it dropping like 20 to 25%. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. So this is where I think you're going. I would say that, that there's a price to break through to validate that, but I think we've already done it. I think breaking out of this is validating the notion that we go down there already. Ultimately, I guess if you want to wait till we break below here and close below there, you can. That's the kind of final arbiter of or gatekeeper there. But yeah, I think it's at this point it's just an accepted fact that we are probably going to go lower. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. If we pump from here, guys, that'd be phenomenal. I would make more money if it pumps than if it dumps. That's for damn sure. I don't make money on the dumps, right? I don't short in a bull market. People ask if I'm so bearish, why don't I short? It's like I don't short in a bull market, man. I don't care how bearish you are. If you're shorting in a bull market, you're asking to get rolled the hell over. It's not good. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Literally, think about it like this. If this is a new logic to you, only go long in bull markets. That doesn't mean you should be long 100% of the time, right? What that means is if you're in a position to take a long trade, go for it. If you think the price is going to go down, don't short it. Just wait on the sides because it might not. It might not, and then you're screwed. Then you're the reason why it's pumping. You're adding to the leverage to the upside. You get screwed, man, and then you're not getting any of the gains. Don't leverage trade to the downside in a bull market, and then don't go long in a bear market. It's that simple. If you think the price is going to go down, you wait to buy more. You wait for a long position. If you think it's going to go down, you don't take a short because what if you're wrong? Then at least you're holding your assets and you still make money anyways, right? You can make money when you're wrong and then be an opportunist whenever you're right. It's the safest way to make money if you're going to leverage trade. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. The safest way to make money is to not leverage trade, to stay the hell away from it, to be fair. But that's just my perspective anyways. Anywho, I'm not leverage trading right now, man. 40 rejection here, living below the 40, looking like you want to go to the oversold area. Yeah, it's going to happen. 4-hour time frame here. Bearish as hell. You are down at this area where you found support before. Oftentimes you go a little bit lower, so maybe just a little bit lower. You might set up for a double bottom, and this is where I think things will get a little bit tricky and dangerous here, guys. You probably do go a little bit lower. If you see this double bottom look and you come back up here, don't for 1 minute be convinced that we're going higher, right? Not until you get above 1.7, 1.8 cents, something up here. Like, you're not in the clear. You could genuinely see a bounce that takes you all the way up here and still inevitably go lower. Okay, so don't get thrown off. Don't get shaken out by the lows, and don't FOMO the highs on this next move. I think there is going to be some volatility on the way down. I don't think it's going to be too simple, right? Because this is my theory behind it. Okay, a lot of people here, there's a lot of people, we're taking a solid stance where it's like, it's going to new all-time highs, the low is in. It's going to new lows, the low is not in, right? And a lot of people today, now that we're showing our hand, a lot of people today are probably letting go of their long positions and opening up short positions. That sets you up for a lot of volatility and stop hunts being taken out, right? It wouldn't surprise me in the least if tomorrow we saw the price back at $87,000. What would every altcoin do? They'd probably have a very immaculate rally, but then Bitcoin continues down its merry path anyways, and we begin to drop a little bit slower. This kind of stuff can definitely bring volatility, so just be prepared for that, okay? Don't get psyched out one way or the other, because again, To the upside, likely we're still going down. To the downside, likely we're near our lows and we're about to rip. You know what I mean? So don't get psyched out one way or another. Whenever it comes to the price moving up, let's talk about that. Let's get a little bit hyped up on that. Okay, from a high here to a low here, we stopped all the way at our 2272. The next target area, the absolute next target area, in my opinion, would be the 2618. And that from here is a 7.8x, almost an 8x. It's very possible, very likely even, that SwiftCoin goes up to about 11.3 cents to 15 cents, and that's well over a 10x from here. That's my little girl. And even also acceptable to consider crazy astronomically higher targets at 30 cents to 38 cents. If you don't think this is possible, you're not going to catch the next rip. It wouldn't surprise me at all if SwiftCoin saw its biggest move of the cycle on this next move, which from here to there, right, that move, that was its last move. That might not even be the appropriate last move. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me get this here real quick. Let's go from a low to the high right there. You know, that, yeah, I don't think we stop anything less than 12 cents, man. Like genuinely 11.3 to 15 cents is where I think you would go at a minimum. And then you really do have some nice decent targets at 30 cents. It depends on how low you go. I don't know how low you're going to go from here, but I assume that you will probably find resistance or support somewhere right around that 886 there. So, I mean, you've got plenty of reasons to go above 20 cents too, but time will tell. SwiftCoin and Onyx Coin are still in their race, their great race to 20 cents. SwiftCoin, with the recent dump that Onyx Coin has had today, has taken the lead for the first time in a little while now. It is in the lead versus Onyx Coin to this 20-cent price. Who's going to get there first? Who's going to get there at all? Right? They're both going to get there. It's going to happen. But when it comes time for all-time highs and stuff like that, I think SwiftCoin has a lot of potential. Right? SwiftCoin at a less than $100 million market cap means that all you have to do to get a 100x is get about to a $10 billion market cap. If you can see $10 billion, you will see a 100x. And I think SwiftCoin is deserving and definitely capable of a $10 billion market cap and more. 100x, 200x, 500x, 800x, genuinely all those targets are possible. I don't think Onyx Coin is capable of an 800x, right? And I think that we'd be lucky for Onyx Coin to see a 200x. But I do think that Onyx Coin will outperform SwiftCoin on this next pump for what it's worth. I just think that SwiftCoin has more potential. Does that make any sense? Because Onyx Coin's at a higher market cap, SwiftCoin's at a lower market cap. That should be obvious, right? It's going to be easier for SwiftCoin to 100x for SwiftCoin is $10 billion. For this thing to do a 100x, that would be a $32 billion market cap, right? So that's a bit higher there. To do a 200x is possible, I suppose. But then we're getting, as we get above a 200x, it's a lot less likely to happen, right? And we really could see prices above $2. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we did for Onyx Coin, but this is a SwiftCoin video, man. I'm getting distracted here. I mean it when I say that this thing is 100x to 800x capable. I don't believe that it sees an 800x, but I do accept it as a possibility. And if it were to happen, that's something that, it shouldn't necessarily come as a surprise. It'd be amazing. It would be a very good accomplishment. But $80 billion is a market cap high for prominent coins, for popular coins. It's actually a very doable thing. I shouldn't say very doable, but it is something that we see happen cycle after cycle after cycle. Even Shiba Inu saw an $80 billion market cap last cycle, and it has no fundamental value. It's just a meme coin. People want to say there's fundamental value in Shiba. Yeah. We'll see you in 10 years. Let's see where that fundamental value gets you. 1 cent right now. You've got. I'm not even going to get into that. But 1 cent right now, I wouldn't be surprised in the least if SwiftCoin was worth multiple dollars by the end of the cycle. Before you get there, a little bit lower is what you have to go. Okay, I've got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.